José Saramago, Blindness, an unnamed city. An epidemic of white blindness spreads like a plague. The first to go blind is a man behind the wheel of his car. The second is the one who drives him to the hospital. The third is the doctor who examines them both. The fourth is a patient waiting in line. The chain does not break. Targeted measures fail. With every passing minute, the number of the blind keeps growing. The government moves quickly to extreme measures and sends all those afflicted to an abandoned mental asylum. It is surrounded by soldiers with rifles, and they have a clear, merciless order: shoot anyone who tries to escape. Saramago's novel is raw, harsh, almost chthonic. There are no names, no commas, no paragraphs, no question marks or exclamation points, no clear markers of dialogue. The author deliberately strips the reader of familiar coordinates, using the very form of the text to immerse them in blindness, a metaphor for human degradation. And yes, degradation it is. Inside the abandoned hospital, now filled with the blind, a kind of hell unfolds. Wards are flooded with urine. In the corners, excrement. Food arrives once a day, always rice, never enough bowls. The blind shove, snarl, claw at the walls. In one ward, a gang forms that trades in women's bodies. It escalates into brutal clashes and bloodshed. Saramago describes all this without indulgence, dryly, like an autopsy report. An autopsy of our entire society. In 1998, this parable-like novel was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature. Saramago became the first Portuguese-language writer to receive the prize. His concept of blindness is perhaps one of the most terrifying in literature. Human civilization, norms, morality, all of it turns out to be nothing more than a thin membrane. To make it vanish, you only have to switch off the light. Max Frisch, Gantenbein. What if blindness is not a tragedy, but the perfect mask? What if you could simply put on dark glasses, take a cane, and step out of your own life? Max Frisch, a master of intellectual and experimental fiction, wrote a novel in which identity is tried on like clothing, depending on mood, circumstance, or sheer contingency. The protagonist survives a car accident. His eyes are perfectly fine, yet he chooses to pretend he is blind. The world responds instantly. People speak louder, more cautiously, more falsely. A blind man is almost no one. Safe, convenient, transparent. And precisely for that reason, the perfect observer. Blindness turns a person into a mirror in which others are reflected. Gantenbein watches this performance and gradually loses any sense of what, within him, is real. His self has worn out. It happens, and he has not managed to invent another. And here is the diagnosis Frisch delivers to humanity. Sooner or later, everyone invents a story and calls it their life. Blindness here is neither illness nor tragedy. It is a double experiment, to free oneself from the need to be someone, and through that freedom, to truly see others. James Kelman, How Late It Was, How Late. Dirty, tedious, brutal. A disgrace to the Booker Prize. That's how critics greeted James Kelman's novel, a book that would later influence an entire generation of Scottish counterculture writers, including Irvine Welsh. An aging alcoholic and petty hustler named Sammy wakes up after a fight with the police and realizes he has gone blind. From that moment on, the novel becomes an endless survival quest. Learning how to walk again, navigate the city, deal with bureaucrats, fight for welfare benefits, and simply avoid losing his mind. You are not reading about blindness. You are inside blindness. Kelman gives you no pauses, no explanations, no elegant metaphors. Only the relentless stream of consciousness of a Glasgow outcast trying to zip up his trousers and not piss himself. It's unpleasant, but it creates one of the strongest senses of immersion I've ever experienced. In Kelman's novel, blindness is not a philosophical allegory. It is physical: pain, disorientation, loss of control, constant fear. The simplest actions become heroic ordeals. Kelman places blindness within the realm of everyday absurdity, where even normality is revealed to be a fragile privilege that can disappear at any moment. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you enjoyed it.